Welcome back to the Spiritual Spotlight series. So much spiritual content speaks beautifully about awakening, intuition, and soul alignment. But the deeper question is, does our spirituality help us become more honest, more regulated, and more at home in our own bodies, especially when life breaks us open? My guest today is Romain Daumont. And if I mispronounce his name and his business, feel free to laugh, everyone. Founder and CEO of Luminara, a curated energy healing platform created to help people access grounded and trustworthy support. Today, we're going to talk about when spiritual understanding is present, but the body itself is still carrying grief, fear, or overwhelm, how healing can help us become more available to life rather than escape it, and how profound loss can lead to a new relationship with purpose. Thank you so much for coming on the Spiritual Spotlight series. I'm so happy you're here today.
Thank you, Rachel, for having me. Your pronunciation was great.
Woo! It's only been like 30 minutes of him coaching me, everyone, but we made it.
You made it. It was beautiful.
So, before your life changed so profoundly, who were you and what did you believe? Did you believe that you would create a meaningful and successful life?
Wow, you're starting with pretty deep questions right here. Um, so I'm yeah, I started my career in consulting. I've been 16 years in consulting, ten of these years in Japan. So I'm French, but I'm very well traveled and I spent 10 years of my life in Tokyo. And yeah, and then I switched in 2017 to the digital world, worked for different startups. Um, and then I had, yeah, something, a glitch in the matrix, so to speak. My wife and I lost a child in 2014. We had the joy of having a very sound and very healthy baby in 2010. But 4 years after, we had a baby that carried a genetic disease. Well, we were carrying this uh, mutated gene, both of us, and that led to 1 out of 4 chance of having this boy, this child, having a broken gene, and that's what happened with the second child. And then we had the joy of having a third child. But yeah, this moment was defining and then led me to, I could say, derail, or in a way, I would say rerail my life towards a much happier life. To come back to your second part of your question, yeah, I am a very, very happy man. I tend not to look back at the past. I think everything comes for a reason, and so
Mhm.
I enjoyed my 16 years in consulting, enjoyed my years for working for different startups in the digital space, but now very much feel aligned with my my soul's purpose.
So, in the earliest stages of grief with losing your son, what happened not only emotionally, but physically within your body and your nervous system?
Um, I felt very much lost. Like my wife and I were in shock. Like we had never imagined that we would carry this broken gene, both of us. Very same gene, by the way. So it's like tossing a coin in New York, Rachel, and asking you to find a coin. It's
Right.
that rare. It wouldn't be that rare if I was marrying my sister, but my wife was from very different background, very different blood, etc. So silence,
Mm,
silence was the one thing that I felt profoundly surrounding us, but it was a thick silence, the sort of silence that make you feel uncomfortable because it makes you, how to say, um, far away from people. People can't relate to what you're going through. You don't know what to tell them. So there
right.
is this very awkward silence that you feel. And the beauty of this story is that from a very awkward silence at the funeral of this son, Raphael, then it switched to a beautiful silence. It's like a metamorphosis. At the funeral, I felt the beauty of just holding people in my arms, just looking at each other without saying, and that was beautiful. So that was a very transformative experience for me because first of all, I had never done meditation before. I had never
Mm,
experienced silent retreat, etc. And I really felt like, how come, we experience minutes of silence when we have a terrorist attack or some, but we don't share minutes of silence in a non-religious way that could actually bring us together and just being joyful together in silence.
yeah.
And that was a very profound awakening.
I find that when we experience such profound tragic moments in our lives, I've experienced my brother committed suicide around the same time, and it's fascinating how your grief journey unfolds, and it remains part of you, but it also brings in this different energy of connection and hope. And I like the fact that you bring up we don't really talk a lot openly about our grief and our struggles. And we also don't give space for those to grieve properly. Like in the United States, like when I lost my brother, and in such a tragic way, it was like, okay, well, you've got 5 days and you got to come back, you know? And it's so hard. And that really, like, that moment in my life was a pivotal moment, but then crushed me down more because I ended up losing my job and I mean, everything. And it's okay. Everything's great now. This has been like 10 years. So it's fascinating how your journey unfolds, but it also, I feel like it turns us inward. Did you find that when people are grieving, such as yourself, others try to offer explanations or spiritual meanings like too quickly? Were there maybe things that people said that felt supportive and maybe things that unintentionally made the grief harder?
Well, I don't recall people daring to say much, to be
Gotcha.
honest. We had a Christian funeral, so there was a priest. I think, you know, there's not much to say. It is
Yeah.
one of the most absurd thing to have a dead child in your arms. Like it just doesn't make
You can't even
sense,
wrap your
right?
mind around it.
Yes, literally, I remember holding our dead son in my arms and washing his body, and it doesn't make sense. Like it is supposed to be this beautiful life force that will start their lives, and so yeah, there's something you cannot process, and no one
Mm,
really dared at the time, except well, the priest said a few words, obviously, at the funeral, but none of my friends would say something. What I just remember, and that was also very in many ways very pivotal for me. There was a group of people that from a friend of my coach, I was coached, I was in the managing director of a rather large consulting company at the time. And and she said, well, we have people that like to to gather and to heal your son who was at the time still in the womb. And I was like, wow, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, we just wanted your acknowledgement and your green lights. So I gave them. And I could really feel these people were not religious. They were just what I would call now healers or
mhm,
just spiritual people. And I really was I found this beautiful that this was existing. And I know this actually exists in many religions as well. You have um, praying circles for people that
yeah,
are sick and this is all beautiful. But I felt for this one that they were not religious. They were just people doing this in a more energetic way.
right.
And that was also a little stone in my garden that would lead me to create Luminara many, many years after. Well, 9 years after.
I love that. So what was your first meaningful experience with energy healing and maybe after these healers? And what made you start taking it maybe more seriously? Or had you always taken it seriously your entire life?
I'm the last person you'd imagine creating Luminara, honestly. Not maybe the last, maybe the one just.
The second to
Well,
last.
second to last, yeah. No, uh, I had never done this. Will sound crazy to you and all the listeners, but I had never done an energy healing before being convinced that I had to create Luminara. That wasn't called Luminara at the time, but I followed the crumbs. So there was the transition of this beautiful baby Raphael that led me to experience silence. To have already, I read The Divine Matrix by Greg Braden. I had this healing group that I could feel was not religious but just spiritual. That led me to think, okay, you could be spiritual without being religious, which sounds very basic, but at the time for me it was new. And then I I experienced silence, which led me to create an app years after called Hilo that was basically WhatsApp meets Headspace, where you could share minutes of silence with your friends and your family, and even gathering around someone or a cause with strangers, just having a moment of silence shared together. And then I met this woman. Well, I was tired back in tw end of 2022. I was tired, and I set my intention, and we know it's all about intention in life, but it really is, by the way. Like it's amazing. Like, I'm a huge manifester now. I manifest pretty much like quickly and easily. It's amazing. And I thought, all right, I need to read this, what science is saying around the power of collective meditation, the power of remote, like distant healing, like healing.
Hmm.
What's happening when people gather in silence and just have these positive vibes shared together? I've learned the word egregore at some point. For people who do not know what an egregore is, it's kind of this by just combining your energetic forces with other people, you create almost like a separate um, being or
Like an
field of
energy
energy.
body.
Energy
Yeah.
body, yeah, perfect. Well said. And yeah, so I wanted to study this early 2023. And then 2nd of Jan 2023, this woman came to my life, was brought by a friend, and she was a very serious woman, not at all the type of woman I think would be a healer. But she told me that she had an experience of healing that was very profound. She healed her mom when her mom had fallen from a bike. She decided out of uh, well, pity for her mom, but also despair. Like she
Mhm.
was raising two kids. Her mom had came over to help her in the house, and she went from heaven to hell. And she just like that, she was sitting next to her mom for 20 minutes after putting the kids to bed, and she would just focus her mind on seeing the broken leg in perfect condition, every bones, every ligaments, every muscles. And she said to me, and I was filling the room with light, with love, with angels, and it worked. And what was supposed to take about 6 to 8 months took half of that. And the doctors were blown away, and she became a bit of a legend in her family. And that's at that moment, that was exactly what I needed to know. And this was a huge synchronicity in my life. And that led me to think that energy healing was true, was super important, and that I was amazed that no one knew about it. Like, it's really as if I had healed her mom myself. And I thought, all right, well, we got to be loud and clear about the fact that this is real, this is important. And then I started exploring how would people find good healers? And I was blown away by how poor the offerings were. Like it's hard. You have yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. I
It,
could I
it
could go on this, but
it is hard, and I will speak as somebody who, I'm a registered nurse in my day life, and I run a doctor's office. But on my spiritual side, I'm a master energy healer instructor. And I am a crystal healer, and I work with the Akashic records and the angels. And as a healer myself, to one, find a place to put my services on, and to not be part of a noise of people that, I could very easily go take a Reiki online and get a certificate and become a Reiki master. No offense to those who have like put in the time and put in the work. But a lot of people right now, we have this false sense of security with maybe with our discernment and getting healers that may or may not fit the bill of what you're looking for. And I also believe we all have different flavors for different, clients and whatnot. So I respect the fact that, you're really trying, you've really put together a platform where you're putting together grounded, ethical, and trustworthy practitioners. So, what difficulties did you encounter while trying to find these practitioners along your own healing journey?
Well, there is no shortage of healers. You have quite a few of them, and
Yeah,
actually,
yes,
it's
absolutely.
multiplying. It's
Yeah,
multiplying because of some people indeed making it a little too easy to get a certificate and whatnot. The problem is that no matter how many diplomas you may have, if your ego still is in the middle, if you think I'm a healer and I have my superpowers, well, if your ego is in the way and you didn't have this mirror effect for years, you're
yeah,
gonna not just think that you're almighty, but also you're gonna damage your clients. And well, that's no good. You don't want that. Even
right.
though you can possibly do some things for a while, but you'll end up messing things around. Um, and so, yeah, it is something that I thought about deeply. Like, how do I curate these healers?
Hmm.
And the way we do it, and I'll be sharing this with everyone here, is is straightforward. There is one part which I can do, and I like to do it right now. Maybe I'll delegate this when we'll become this very, very big company. But at the moment, I'm the first taster. And so I'm looking at things that are such as e-reputation, right? Like, have you said crazy things or very, you know, yeah, because whenever we onboard a healer,
Hmm.
um, they become part of our brand. So I got to be
Right.
careful about what they say. And if they have very strong political opinions and stuff, of course, everyone is entitled to have, but it depends on how you're making these public and all that. So that's one thing. Second thing is, how many hours can you work? Is it a hobby?
Mm.
You work 2 hours per week, just, for fun? Sorry. I'm gonna have clients that really want to book you. If you're not available, I'm gonna have to, no matter how good you are. Third, how's your pricing? We want
Mm.
energy healing to be available for the masses. I know, and I've met some of them, healers that work with movie stars and athletes, and well, that's great. They have the means to pay you $900 a session. Well, most people wouldn't. So our price point will typically be between, on average is about $130. So
Hmm.
it's not cheap, but it's affordable.
Right.
And then I'm looking at um, time zones as well. Like I like people to be in time zones where they can be booked as much as they can, etc. So all of this are things that I can do. And of course, I look at, of course, experience, reputation, whatever I can find,
Yeah.
testimonials. Right. But then the second part of what we do is we do a subtle check. And we use psychics for this. So every healer that we want to onboard, we think are
Hmm.
interesting to be onboarded, will be scanned by psychics. And these psychics are very good. We've tested them before, and they're really good. And they see things that obviously are impossible to see in any other way. And I was talking,
Okay.
Rachel, about the ego thing, and that's
Right.
one that we check. We check
Mm.
also the capacity to be effective um, at distance. Some healers are amazing both in presence and from afar, but some are just actually great afar, not so great in presence. I mean, there's everything.
That's so
So we
true.
look at that. We look also at the community spirit.
Mm.
When one time a healer that was great, but it was a bit of a lone wolf. And in Luminara, we like to be building a community. So we look at all of that from a subtle realm perspective,
Mm.
and that's by combining all these um, data points that we say, yes, we'd love to onboard you, and then we make a proposal. And the system is simple. We take a commission of 15%. So it's very
Nice.
straightforward, it's very fair, and the pricing is the same, whether you're going to go on Luminara or directly with the healer, except we believe we offer a better experience than another Zoom session on top of that. And you can get discounts with us. You can, we're, yeah, I think we're a great place for people to have sessions.
So Luminara is described as the world's first curated energy healing platform. And I know you kind of touched on all of this already, but what does curated mean? And like, how do you find someone that's qualified to hold space for people who may be like deeply vulnerable? Because going into like energy healing, or, like you kind of touched on this before, you didn't realize that religion and spirituality can be separated. And, even though it's for a lot of people, it's intertwined. But when you're looking for this kind of healing, you're usually at the lowest points in your life. So how do you find people that can work with individuals that are in such a vulnerable state? And I know you said you don't want somebody who's in their ego, and maybe there's some other things.
Yes. Yes, we want to have healers that are highly respectful, have the the highest ethical values.
Mm,
So we do check that, and of course, we review the healers. You can review every time you have a session on Luminar. You'll give a review. These reviews are not public, um, because we are HIPAA compliant, actually. So that's also part of the care we have for these very vulnerable people that you've described. We're HIPAA compliant because we want to make sure that every information shared on Luminara stays 100% private. We're not selling things, although we're not a medical
right.
structure. We put ourselves in the same standards as a clinic, like
Right.
Mayo Clinic, Luminara, same standards in terms of respect for health information. So, yeah, it's a combination for us of privacy, respect, and the ability, obviously, to report anything that would go wrong.
Mm,
Um, but so far, I have to say that 95% of our clients, and we had hundreds, they're saying that their experience was healing, transformative, or even life-changing.
wow.
So
And that's
95%,
after relief after one session, correct?
even after one session. This is overall 95 people, 95% of our clients that said that. And some of them, yeah, would return. I mean, on average, people would have around 2 sessions on average. Um, it's a healthy habit to actually take care of your energetic body, actually. Uh, we're
Absolutely.
we're about to launch what we call the energy saving account, for people to
That
subscribe and to have also as part of their, you've heard about the lifestyle spending account, maybe? It's a new
no.
thing. You have HSA, FSA.
Yeah, we do have those. Yes.
Well, there's something new called LSA.
Oh, nice.
It's lifestyle spending account because, HSA, FSA are very much tied up to the IRS. So unless you have a letter of medical necessity, there are a lot of things that you can't access. But think about an employee who'd like, he doesn't need more pills, or she doesn't want more pills. They just want a meditation retreat as, part of
Absolutely.
their for getting healthier, which is
Yeah.
amazing, which I think is the right thing to do. Or they want a Reiki session. Now, they can tap into their HSA or FSA, which is a
Right.
pity, but that's, things are evolution. They, yeah, they evolve, but not as fast as society
Right.
does. It's always the same. Structures are slower. So this lifestyle spending account is really growing fast in the US, and it's really cool because employee would get 1,000 to $1,500 per year, and then you can spend it on a lot of stuff, but mostly wellness because employers would like their employees to be feeling
Absolutely.
good, right? So, and then here you can tap into, you can book Luminara, you can book whatever you want.
That's
So
amazing.
this is the future of energy healing as well.
So, how do you combine personalization, technology, privacy, and data while protecting the sacred and deeply human nature of the healing experience?
That's because we really are a talent agency. So I know that we are setting a great environment, HIPAA compliant for the data collection, beautiful online experience with music, with like an environment that is outstanding and a lot nicer than another Zoom call. But at the same time, I highly value the healers and their job. And so they are the stars, they are the movie stars. We're producing them, we're staging, putting them on stage, but they're doing their job. And that is totally private. We don't do any recordings. This is all their job. They have a private chat room with each of their clients.
Oh, nice.
And so and we tend really to be careful about privacy, as I said. And it goes both ways, by the way. So we don't share the phone number of the client, but we don't share also the phone number of the healer. Some healers have been harassed by clients as well. It happens as well.
Happens
And
everywhere.
it happens everywhere. Um, so yeah, and we're very careful about the fact that people have to sign a waiver. This is not considered medical yet. So
Right.
so we're careful about children. You can't have access to our services unless you're 18 years old. Okay, people can lie, we know that, but we'll figure this out with the camera. If you look too young, we'll just say, sorry, we need your parents. And it's good. You could have healing sessions. Energy healing is totally fine with kids or teenagers, but you just have to have one of your parent or a guardian
Right.
booking and creating the account first and then telling us that this is not for themselves, this is for a
Yeah.
kid.
Do you offer more healing modalities besides energy healing, or do you offer just energy healing branching out into other healing modalities?
We're focusing solely on energy healing with a wide range of modalities. So Reiki, of course, is very popular, but shamanic healing is a form of energy healing.
Mhm.
We have EFT tapping, we have prana healing, and a lot of healers would at some point blend different types of healing and have their own recipe, so to speak.
Right.
Uh, crystal healing, of course,
Just a
combined
couple.
with, yeah, I mean, I see them right there. They're beautiful, by the way, beautiful.
Thank you.
So yeah, but I wanted to be very much focused on energy healing because already energy healing is wide. Like there are a lot of different things in that. So adding hypnotherapy and breath work and which are amazing, by the way. It's not
Yeah.
I'm not criticizing any of that. But it's too much. It becomes confusing. So I wanted to be very much like, Okay, you want energy healing? Just go to Luminara. They have
Gotcha.
amazing healers. Just don't have to worry. And if you want someone for hypnotherapy, that will be different. If you want tarot
Yeah.
reading, it will be different. If you want, acupuncture, don't do it online.
Well, you
People,
could do energetic acupuncture points.
yeah, but don't have the needle sent to you and just is it correct? Shall
I'll be
I
like,
shall
no,
I do
no,
it?
no, 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 move over just an inch. No, 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 no. Oh, wait, we have a different measuring system in the United States. I just kidding.
Can you imagine? Maybe there will be in the future some acupuncture robots. You'll be lying down and you'll see the needle like, oh my God.
I'm just thinking because I've had acupuncture and yeah, they'd be like, yeah, I feel better. Sorry, I'm out of here. Uh,
It
so
is strong. Acupuncture sometimes it's like, wow, well, like many of these practices based on energy, sometimes you'll feel mm, it will not feel very good. Like it will be a bit, yeah,
it could
but
feel
it's
a
for the
little
best.
destabilizing, but that's, I look at it as sometimes you need to release some of this energy in order to reintegrate what's
Right.
needed to open within. So what do you feel like has been the most difficult lesson you have learned as a spiritual entrepreneur?
The most difficult lesson? Well, many difficult lessons. Um, but what would be the most difficult?
What's the one that comes to mind?
Well, one difficult lesson you learn, but that's not proper to my field, is that you will never be able to please everyone, right? It breaks my heart. No, it's true, right?
No, it's so true. It's so
I mean,
true.
you're doing a great podcast, you're pouring your heart, and you'll have a bad comment.
I've had them.
Yeah, and you're like, it's actually good. I know it's good stuff. I know my my host is good. I know everything is good, but okay. But even yeah, I saw one thing on Instagram, and people are giving bad reviews to the pyramids on Google. Saying, yeah, I thought it was bigger. So anyway, like, let's forget about, yeah, it's serious. Like, it's crazy, right? So anyway, that's a big lesson in life in general. You won't make everyone happy, even though
So
you
true.
tried so hard. So that's one lesson. It's not the hardest. I think the hardest for me is that um, there's so much to be done, and I feel like there's so much work. There's so much to be done.
Yeah.
That's the hard lesson is to be, you know, uh, to be bold, to stay focused, and not afraid. Like there's a huge amount of work, um, and maybe I won't do the whole job through my life. Like someone will carry this on, and I kind of like that. By the way, the fact that
Yeah.
Luminara will I'm just the first of a long series of managers of this company, of this beacon of trust in the world of energy healing that people can go to with safety and with efficiency. And yeah, so I'll probably never see the end of what I want to make, but that's fine, and I have to accept that. But I enjoy my life very deeply, and I know the work we're doing is beautiful, is important. The healers are so happy to be at service,
Yeah.
and we're so happy to be this agent of them because they are very much like artists, right? And artists or in many professions, you can't be just marketing yourselves and also doing your job as an artist. It's hard.
Yeah.
And so many healers are actually not great financially because they have even a hard time asking for money and because they're so much doing it from a love place, from a heart
Right.
place, but they want to make a living out of it and they so much deserve to make a living out of it. So we're this agent that have a very similar approach to a clinic. And so we're building essentially the clinics of the 21st centuries, accessible remotely, that can do so much around, physical ailments. We can, if you have a back problem, one healing session can actually do a lot to remove the pain,
Yeah.
emotional issues, psychological issues. I mean, there's so much that energy healing can do for you. Cancer pain relief. And if you have a cancer, so painful, energy healing can do so good, can help you so much going through this.
Do you envision Luminara to just primarily being a healing platform, or do you see it like going offline and having like retreats or healing communities or an educational resource or something even larger?
Yes, I think so. I think this is the future. We'll, we're talking already about having some retreat centers hosting some of our healers for a limited period of time. Maybe one day we'll have our own that will be, um, fixed. And also, I'd like to, a bit like rock bands, to tour our healers. Like,
So cool. Yeah.
they have a fan club in New York, one in LA, one in Florida, one in Paris, in Berlin, and then we would tour them because they do everything with our clients online. But every year, every 2 years, we could have a tour, like, and then they
Yeah.
could have healing sessions in presence.
That'd be amazing. That'd be so cool. So before I ask you the last question, if anyone's interested in, getting this Luminara and one of these profound healers, what is the best place for them to go to?
They just go to luminara.care, Luminara.care, and there is one button called, it's just book a session. Can be named different ways, but the call to action is you book. Then you'll be led to choose between self-discovery, where you'll see all our healers. You can then, um, you know, select different filters according to what you're looking for, or you go through an AI matching service that we have built, and you'd answer a questionnaire. And then at the end of this questionnaire, you'll be matched with three different healers that we believe are very, very well um, fitted for your needs.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
that's how you
So,
do it.
so for the person listening who is carrying grief, fear, or pain in their body and wondering whether they will ever feel like themselves again, what would you want them to know about healing, hope, and allowing life to meet them exactly where they are?
Well, I know how tough it is. I know you feel like, maybe you have very dark thoughts actually. Um, what I would say is, and it's hard to believe it, but um, there could be blessing in disguise when you go through a dark night of the soul. It's come for a reason. It's an ability for you to go to a higher level of consciousness about the world, about yourself, about others. And my advice would be don't give up. Uh, Look for help also. Obviously, you're not going to do this yourself. And I've built platform like Luminara for you to have access to some modalities that you or may not have heard about called energy healing. And these people work with something called light force, to make it simple. And this life force could be precisely what you need rather than another pill. So the idea is not trying to remove the dirt with a spoon, but rather to pour more life force to get the dirt away. That's the way to work.
Absolutely. I like that. I feel like you have a thing against peels, but that's okay. I'm just kidding. No, thank you so much, Roman, for coming on the Spiritual Spotlight series. This truly has been an honor to connect with you, and I look forward to seeing Luminara being spread across the masses. Thank you again.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you so much.